Hi guys, it's Sue from Sushapina Creative, and today I thought what I would do is I would sit and actually work on a newborn or a reborn doll and spend that time with you, and you guys can watch. So in between time though, you might hear some other noises, and that's hubby downstairs playing. So what I had done is I had bought the sculpt Leilani, and Leilani, let me just see. Leilani is by Elsa Marks, and it's only the head that I had got. And the reason why I had got just the head is because I wanted to try out a new posable system made up by Adri Stote. So as you can see here, they're really quite tiny, just quarter limbs, hands and little feetsies with small little holes. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, and the posable set is, you know, quite movable, and I think this will be a great tool for photographers to use. So yeah, I thought I'd give that a try and see how that looks. But in between, while we're working on, while I'm working on it, is that I thought I would share that with you as I'm working. And you can watch me actually put together just what I do. The doll is I've given those the baby the head and the limbs a bath. So that's all done. Now what I do is I do a base on them, base coat on them, and like a wash sort of thing for the color that I do want. And I think Leilani is going to have some dark hair, so I'm going to, I think, want to make the skin maybe just a little bit on the darker side. Okay, well, we'll figure that out towards the end anyways. So in the meantime, I've pre-made up some of the skin color, and so what we'll do is we will put that on there first. And what I do is I just go ahead and I'll grab a couple of these wedges here. I'll just put them off to the side. And I like to take off the top, and then that way it's, when I'm blotting it, it's not looking like a square. It'll actually be more texture-like. All right, so I'm gonna just keep this color in here. I'll just go ahead and keep that in there. And what I'll do is I'm just gonna grab a brush, and let's see, which brush do I want here? I find my big brushes, but this is the small one. Where's my big one? This is what happens when you've got quite a few different brushes. There you go, that's the bigger one. All right, so I'm gonna start with the head because I can actually still hang that up. I found that this head actually is really quite stiff, but all in all, it's so cute. I just love the way the lips are. I think it's so cute, so adorable. Okay, so all that I'm doing is I'm going to give baby a wash in some paint tone. Alright, so I put some on the brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and get it on the eyes. It's actually a nice skin tone color already as it is. The actual vinyl is nice. But this is a good thing to do, and to have the space color. And you want to go ahead and just put it everywhere. So I usually start off here. Go up to the ears basically, and down low around there, like that. Then I am going to put some of the skin tone as well, just on the sponge. Okay, so and then you'll go ahead and you're going to dab it everywhere. And it'll give a little bit of texture and take out any unevenness that you might have from when you painted. Okay, and after I've done that, I like to take, where's my brush? I guess I should have my crap together here. Oh my goodness, okay, so let's just take my brush here, and I like to just go into the spots that like creases, and I do that only just because I don't want any buildup. Of the paint in the creases, right? So, that's going to be quite noticeable if you have all of that in there. And this coat you're putting over everything. So lips, eyes, ears, you're gonna do it all. Okay, now we'll get the top of the head. All right. And then I get in the ear. Tickle that ear. And down below. In this ear. And behind that ear. Alright. Okay, now all that I want to do is, once again, I want to just go ahead and dab. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and clean this. Creases. Okay, there's that one. And got some nice ears. This is a beautiful sculpt. I do find that it is quite a hard vinyl. I just got finished doing Luciano by Cassie Brace, and Luciano is quite soft. So there we go. Now I'm just going to finish off the back of the head. Alrighty, okay. That's crazy. Some people asked me how I got into doing this. I am a photographer and or the artsy kind of person anyways. So it's not only photography. I like to do like to draw, sketch, play music, write poems. I don't know. I think there's so much out there that you can do, and I'm one that always has to keep busy. But last April, I ended up catching an upper respiratory virus, and I was into it in the 4th week, I believe. And it got to the point where I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't breathe at all. Like, it was a struggle to catch a breath. And yes, I was smoking then too, which isn't a good thing. I know. And so it landed me in the hospital, and my actual oxygen inside of my body was really low, that it warranted having to be put on an oxygen tank. And I remember laying there in that hospital bed and that doctor saying, "Oh, you have COPD, and you know, we got to put you on oxygen, and you're going to go home with this oxygen tank." And I just thought, oh, I can't be that person. I'm not going to be that person that, you know, walks around with this oxygen tank attached to me for the rest of my life. And that was the day that I decided that I had enough of smoking. And that was April 11th. And I have not had a cigarette. I quit cold turkey. Did not use anything whatsoever on it. So, boys, quiet. So, yeah. And then I found that it wasn't like I wasn't craving the smoke. Okay, just hang on there. He's done, or the head's done, or she's done. We will see if it's going to be a Leilani or not. As I start to build the baby, that's when it becomes more apparent if it's going to be a girl or a boy. So, but right now the name is Leilani, so we will see. Okay, so off to dry. Hanging to dry there. And I'll start with the easy one here, this hand. And it's the same concept. Hands are a little bit difficult though. You got more of the little creases, and I think this is such an adorable little hand. Oh, it's so cute. And Adri Stote's limbs are just so soft. They're just like a baby. So anyways, okay, so it's not that I crave smoking. I find that I was like missing something. Like I was supposed to be doing something, you know, maybe with my hands or whatever have you, but like I was missing something, or missing doing something. So, you know, I decided, okay, well, I gotta do something to occupy myself. Anyways, I was on Facebook one day and came across this, in one of the buy and sell groups, came across this lady that was selling her reborn doll. It was the first time I've ever seen them, to be honest with you. And I was like, oh my God, this lady's selling her baby. And I couldn't believe it. So, you know, I looked at the ad and read it and found out it was like a reborn, and I decided, okay, well, I'm going to start researching all of this stuff, finding out what a reborn is. I think they're just adorable, you know, and I thought, this is an awesome tool, you know, for photographers. I'm going to use a different, I don't know, maybe this one might work. I thought it would be a great tool for photographers, for newborn photography. And because, you know, you have to build your portfolio, right? And you have to know how to handle the newborns, and believe you and me, it's a lot of work to do them. It can take 4 hours just to have some pretty decent newborn shots. You know, if you got a fussy newborn, it can take some time. So, plus, like, you know, it's getting the posing right and everything like that. They're so delicate. You got to be careful. So I thought, you know what, these reborns would be just the perfect kind of tool to use for photographers. I mean, you can pose them, you can, you know, any which way, you dress them up, pose them, take pictures of them, and hey, you know, you're learning how to do things at the same time, how to handle them, right? And plus, in the end, you end up having pictures for your portfolio that you can use on your website. I thought this is great. It's a great tool for photographers. Okay? And, you know, you research them as well, and you, I had seen too that what touched my heart is that they're used in therapy for Alzheimer's and dementia patients. And, you know, it's unbelievable. Like, I've watched videos, but I've seen firsthand. My mom is in a retirement place, and there is dementia patients and Alzheimer's patients there, and I have brought a doll in, and it's crazy, like the reaction to them, the bond that is there with them. It's unbelievable. And so I ended up making a baby for them and donating it to the place, for them to use for the dementia and Alzheimer's patients. And last but not least, naturally, you have the, okay, you're done. I'm going to put you over there. You have the actual collectors. So, and that's when I decided, you know what, I want to give this a try. I really do. And ordered my first kit and watched tons and tons of videos before though. And started. And haven't looked back. I just love doing this. I love bonding with each and every single, I know it's stupid, right? But no, it's not. Each and every one of these dolls you tend to bond with. You're bringing them to life. And, you know, each of them have, each one has your mark on it, right? And it's like you're loving them. To me, it's like you get to love them before anybody else does. So you see what they're, you know, how they're going to be in the end, and you know, it's unbelievable. It truly is. I just love doing this. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to finish off the rest of these limbs. So I'm all finished doing the limbs and the head with their first coat. So now what they're going to do is they're going to totally dry. I'm not sure if I'm going to come back to this today. I thought I would do these videos in installments. It's easier that way as well for the recording of it from my camera. And so once they have dried though, I am going to put them in the oven. Yeah, that's pretty sad, right? I'm going to actually bake them, and usually the setting should be around 265, and you're going to bake them for probably about 6 to 8 minutes. And I put mine on, I like to make sure that it's in and around 250, not exceeding 265, and I keep it in probably for about 10 minutes or so, through each, between 10 and 12 minutes for each time that I do it. So the next video that will come up will be, the next step is going to be doing the veining and adding some of the red as well to it. So, but yeah, we're going to let it dry for now, and so now I'm just going to clean up, and that'll be it. And so we will talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and look forward to having coffee with you again soon. Bye now.